the kick is in the air. It's a glorious day here in Washington as the Washington Pawns take on the Norfolk Tridents. I'm everybody's friend, Willem DeFriend, and in the box with me is Alfredo Falcone.
Oh, hey, what's up, everybody? It's your new favorite commentator coming to town, coming to Washington, D.C., nation's capital, nation's Alfredo. You know what I'm talking about?
I don't think that makes any sense.
I mean, I think they got it. I think they know what's up. I think people know what's going on. Willem, how you doing? Friend. Tell friend.
I'm doing all right. Alfredo, how are you?
You know, I'm doing pretty good. It's been a little minute. It's been a hot second since I've been in the booth, but, I spent a little time. I recently had a little moment with my foreign exchange program friend, Dash, and since then, last week I was put only on sort of early day games, no prime time stuff, but, it happens. We all have to kind of do our fair share, apparently. So I did that. I watched the Dumpster Fires lose again, and, surprise, surprise, and now here I am, again in the nation's capital, and, nothing important happening tonight. We all have to remember that this is the most important thing that could happen on a Tuesday night in November.
Absolutely.
No sense of impending doom, except for maybe the Pawns, who have not been doing too well this year.
It's not been Washington's year, that's for sure.
But it has been the Tridents game or year, whatever. I don't know. So I guess it's just a matter of I thought I was gonna have something by the time the words left my mouth. But you ever have that? You ever just start to say something and there's just nothing there?
Maybe when I started out and didn't know what I was doing.
Well, I know. Seems like maybe that was an insult. I don't know. Anyway, that was a little punt there, and it went nowhere. Well, it went somewhere, but it went to no man's land. And so now the Tridents got it out on 20.
Now, let's see what the Tridents can do with it. They've had a very impressive season so far. They are currently 6-1, and we're going to see what they're able to do from their 20.
And there's just some stuff that they do, which is they're very good. And the Pawns, they just it's just kind of that thing of it's like chess, they just sort of nothing doing.
So that was quite a play there. I'm just gonna skate past everything you just said, and
okay.
That was really showing the defensive failings of the Pawns, as Trapper Black just stood in the pocket for as long as he needed to wait for Nate Bates to get free.
Nate Bates, that sounds like something we can't say.
Don't say it. Don't. I can't believe you, but that's fine. We'll move right on. Nate Bates has 417 career pass receptions.
That is pretty crazy, because that means that he has tied with Walker Taylor. That's pretty wild. Back in Walker Taylor's day of playing the game. I do have this handy-dandy little cheat sheet that they hand me every time, and this time, this is kind of nice. They do they do this for you too? Do they laminate it so that if you get a hot dog or if you get a drink or something, you don't spill something on it and then not be able to read it?
They don't do that because it's not a concern with me.
Oh, well, I'm not saying that I'm a messy boy. I'm just saying that, sometimes when you're getting really into the nitty-gritty of doing the commentating, sometimes you don't, you're so hyped up that you don't see the drink or don't notice that there's a lot of condiments on top of your hot dog. And then next thing you know, you can't read anyone's name.
Alfredo, I will go ahead and say that you are a messy boy.
Okay.
There's a big boy throw, but
wow.
It doesn't quite come down into Vinnie Bailey's arms.
So, Willem, you and I, we've not commentated, we have not crossed each other's paths before. So, You tell me, right? Because it's been a bit of a hard read so far today. What's your style? What's when you get into the commentating booth, right? How
Yes.
do what's sort of your play style?
Well, I like to talk about the things that are happening in the game.
Okay, I mean, that's fair, but I mean, it's not always interesting. So, what I'm saying, like, what are you bringing? Are you bringing like, rumors? You bring in,
That's the
just
2-minute mark for the first half.
Your favorite, stories from the past? Are you bringing in some of your expertise from the days playing with? I feel like I heard someone say you played with the Card Sharks at some point, but I could be wrong on that.
I did. I played with Las Vegas for 1 season.
Okay, yeah, see, people sometimes think that I don't listen and that I don't pay attention, and I do, because I got that one right.
All right, well, if we're paying attention, then I'm going to go ahead and ask you, who's the quarterback for the Pawns today?
For the Pawns,
Yeah.
that's, hang on, that is Sammy Wuber.
You are not paying attention. Sean Phillips has been in game today.
Really?
And that is a touchdown for the Norfolk Tridents.
Well, then why would they put Sammy Wuber in as number one? I don't why would you not just tell me that Sean Phillips? Or why would you? Okay, see, that's not on me. That's on this sheet. You don't put someone on my sheet if they're not going to be in the game. Wait,
he was a last-minute scratch due to not feeling too good. I believe what he said was his tummy was all wobbly.
Oh, well, you never want to play a game if your tummy's wobbly. I don't go to the gym, if my tummy's wobbly.
I can understand that. Wobbly tummy is a very serious condition.
Yeah, I think it's one of the most common afflictions across the United States right now. And I have been told that, not that it's definitely not the Smoke-A-Cola consumption that we have here in the U.S. It's just, I guess bad genes. I don't know. Well, there's a penalty on the field, though, and they're still going to try and play.
Someone, I couldn't tell who, but someone on the Norfolk Tridents was just running around in circles way past the line of scrimmage.
Yeah, I mean, I'm assuming that's probably what that was for. That, yeah, look at that. They say no circle running, no circle. You can't be a jerk running in a circle, so no circle jerks.
That is correct. No circle jerks. Mo Baker making a very weird mistake there.
Mo problems. Mo Baker, Mo problems is what I always say.
Kelsey Price brought down, but we have yet another penalty, this time against the Pawns.
Oh, seems like that's a rookie mistake there. I don't know. I didn't see the call. I got to be honest. I was once again kind of looking at this hot dog that I've got my eye on. One of the interns just dropped it off for me, and I'm just looking at that clock. It's 55 seconds until I can put this whole hot dog in my mouth.
I'm very afraid of what that's going to look like, but...
Well, I'm not going to do it in one bite. I mean, look, Alfredo can do a lot of things, but Alfredo can't do that.
All right, well, it's been a very interesting half so far. I have to say, I am surprised at how many completions the Washington Pawns have been able to get, especially through the short, quick passes.
Maybe that's just the sort of way that they're going to have to do it. Now that's not how you do it.
That is not how you do it. That was thrown to nobody.
Yeah, I mean, no one in the area, wasn't even the same zip code. And now they're going to drop back and try and punt it, and it's going to once again go into no man's land. Oh, wait, but it actually stayed in bounds.
Wow.
That's going to make it tough. Trapper Black's going to have to do something here.
The Tridents sure are going to have to do a real big push here if they want to make any sort of last-second noise before the end of the half. But I think we're going to be seeing a lot of ground game from them for the next 35 seconds. What do you think we're going to see?
I also think, might as well try to not get, tackled in your own end zone. But, you say make some last-minute noise. What's your last-minute noise?
My last-minute noise is usually, hey-o!
That's pretty good. I like that. Hey-o is pretty good. Usually my last-minute noise is, whoop, whoop, whoop. whoop, whoop. And it doesn't always work, but that's sort of my whole steez.
I mean, it doesn't need to work. All it needs to do is make some noise.
That's a fair assumption. And look at that. The clock has run out. And
that's going to be the first half.
It sure is. And would you look at that? There's a little halftime break right over there. Come to Papa, hot dog.
Oh, God. Oh, God. That was horrifying to watch.
It's pretty cool. You want a part?
No, I definitely don't. I'm gonna go get myself a nice Smoke-a-Cola.
We'll be right back.
Do you hate poor people? Does an AR-15 get you rock hard? Do you struggle with basic human decency? The White House might have an exciting opportunity for you. We're hiring in all positions. The right candidate will be old, rich, and white. They will have a natural talent for bold-faced lies, an aversion to compassion, and at least 3 corporate conflicts of interest. You could run the EPA, CIA, or any government bureau. We will pass you regardless of public hearing outcome. If you don't have a degree, you might be eligible for Trump University. The White House, hiring now.
Well, would you look at that? The kick is up. The kick is it. Well, I was gonna say it's good, but that's when you get a point. So it's in Finley's hands, and Finley takes the ball to the 22, apparently. And we're back. I have my hot dog. I had a Smoke-a-Cola. I had a second hot dog. And then I snuck a third hot dog after they told me that my mic was going to be on in 20 seconds, and I made it. So look at me go. And
it was honestly very disturbing to watch.
Yeah, when the chips are down, sometimes you just got to kind of unhinge your jaw a little bit and just sort of go for it. Sometimes it's the only way you got. Trap a black, pulling back, and that's just going to be sort of batted down for nothing. I would really appreciate if the Tridents would just sort of move it along, just sort of get the win that I'm, pretty certain we're going to see. I suppose there's 9 minutes left on the clock, but I think we all know it's going to be the Tridents.
There's still plenty of game left, so we don't need to make any sort of rash judgments yet.
Look, I'm not trying to tell you how to do your job, but Gene frequently calls it way before. I feel like, Gene's taught me a lot, I feel like,
You should not be learning from Gene.
Well,
that's unkind. Everyone has their own style, and I guess if you want to emulate Gene, then I can't say I'm surprised.
Well, I'm not saying that I'm trying to emulate Gene necessarily. Gene's, just sort of, I don't mean to put anyone on blast. Kind of a sad man.
Gene's had a lot go on in his life.
Ooh, whoa, okay. Look, I thought I didn't think he got the ball off there. I thought that was a sack.
Either. That was incredible.
I'm very surprised to see Sean Woods get that pass. It was impressive. I suppose impressive is pretty much just sort of like, I don't know what to call it. Not necessarily a tagline, but I feel like it's just sort of like Norfolk Tridents. Impressive.
You really like the Norfolk Tridents, don't you?
I don't know what it is about them. I think maybe it's just because they're winners. And I think winners understand other winners. You know what I'm saying? That was a long
All right,
pause.
so we're at 3rd and 10 here as Norfolk tries to bring it home and go up 14-0.
That was a really long pause on your part, but I get that maybe it might be tough for
Sometimes we need to move on from certain topics, Alfredo. And that's 3 points as they're held to just a field goal. So it's now 10-0 as Norfolk kicks it off to the Pawns.
And the Pawns get the ball. Sapp getting it out to the 26, it looks like. And they're going to do absolutely nothing with it.
Now, it is pretty cold out there today. Alfredo, do you want to give us a weather update?
Oh, yeah, sure. Hang on. Let me just check here. Hey, Siri, what's the temperature outside?
It's 46 degrees outside.
Wow. Yeah, that's pretty cold here in Washington, D.C. 46 degrees. Oh, would you look at that? There's a 10% chance of rain. And with the wind, it apparently feels like 44. So that's been your Alfredo weather update. The AWU, if you will. And thanks for watching. Thanks for listening.
There's still plenty more of the game going on. It sounded like maybe we were signing off, but that is not the case.
Oh, I thought we were just sort of calling it. All right. I mean, I can do it in the next 5 minutes. That's fine. Yeah.
And that is a great first down for the Pawns.
Mm-hmm.
And we reached the end of the third quarter.
So, Willem.
Alfredo.
Okay. As a former player, what does it sometimes feel like watching people be able to do what you can no longer do?
That is a brash question.
Well, I mean, I'm just saying you're just kind of old now, so your body can't handle playing the game no more. So I'm just sort of asking, does it make you sort of wish that you could get back down out there, or are you kind of happy to be up in the booth now, or sort of what's your deal on the whole watching versus playing the sport?
I'm happy to be up in the booth. I had plenty of time to play the game. I got all the enjoyment and experience out of it I wanted, and now I'm happy to be up here in the booth getting paid to watch helmet ball all day long.
I mean, yeah, that's certainly a pretty nice little sort of benefit that that we get to get paid for this. I mean, look, no, I wouldn't do it even if I wasn't getting paid. I was gonna say I would, but I think we all know.
Now, Alfredo, how does it feel to know that your body could never do this?
Whoa!
And yet be watching the game.
I think someone's a little wrong here. I know that the listeners at home can't see me, but I mean, I am ripped head to toe. So, I mean, like, if I wanted to get out there and play the game, I could. But I'm up here. I'm following my old man's wishes, which is to be at the microphone and eating hot dogs and keeping that part in the family, too. That wasn't really in the will, but I just sort of figured that, surely he had some things right?
So we had a really interesting moment there where the Pawns were on fourth down and decided to go for it and could not complete the pass, so there was a turnover on downs.
Didn't even see that. They were just so bad.
I know you didn't.
They were just so bad, I just sort of blanked out. I just sort of like started replaying my last trip to the gym in my head,
Alfredo, I'm very interested in what your game day prep is when it comes to getting ready to commentate on a game.
Sure. So, I guess it kind of depends. Is it a 1 o'clock game? Is it a nighttime game? So, I'm just going to go ahead for the prime time. First, I sleep in till like 3 p.m. Then I wake up and I say, all right, whoa, hang on. There's a fumble on the field. And Barkley is going to get it out to some other place. Didn't even see the number.
Top to bottom, that was a very surprising play as Norfolk went to go
but there's
punt
a
the ball, but then they did a fake out, and then there was the fumble.
Oh, interesting. So the penalty I thought was going to bring it back to the Tridents, but apparently no. They still get the ball, but the Pawns rather still get the ball, but they just get pushed back a little bit.
Correct. The penalty happened after the fumble, so it didn't affect the turnover that had already happened.
Oh, weird. I thought it was just sort of like if it was on the play. I feel like someone should think about that. So I think someone should take a look at those bylaws. Take a look at those rules. I think they're leaving some
If the penalty had caused the fumble or affected the fumble in some way, then yes, that would make sense to turn over the turnover. But if it happened afterwards, then the turnover was still legitimate. And therefore, you wouldn't want to reverse that turnover. That doesn't make any sense. That is unfair.
I just sort of, I hear you talking, but it's just kind of, is mostly just like, sound. It's not like, I'm not getting, hey, look at that though. The Tridents get the ball back. No, I'm sorry. That was unfair. You've got a lot of expertise. You've got a lot of ideas and a lot of, I don't know, what's the word? Chutzpah or something? I don't know. You got a lot of something there. Willem, I think you're doing a swell job. I think, I don't care what, the Twitter polls say or whatever. I think you're a great commentator.
I don't know much about Twitter polls, but thank you. I think you are commentating sometimes.
No, hey, you know what? I am sometimes commentating. That's a very good point. See, you're completely on top of things. I think you're doing great. And I mean, I think that we've been crushing this game, personally. I mean, I think just like the Tridents are crushing the Pawns, I think we're doing a good job.
We do have a minute 16 left to go, and, we'll see what happens, but the Tridents go for 3.
And they make it.
It. It is 13-0.
A little spicy play there, going for it kind of far, but they make it. And it's this little sap dude always getting the ball. Just, never changing it up, just always sap.
Well, I mean, Howard Sapp is one of their best runners.
It's sap, so you stick to the plan.
You're definitely trying too hard to get some of those puns that Gene loves so much.
That one, I heard it as I said it. I don't think that one was intentional. I think that was just more of, it's starting to rub off on me, and I'm not so sure I like that one. That one felt weird. It's like as the words came out of my mouth, I thought, could I just shovel those back in? But no, they were already out.
There's a penalty here against the Pawns for holding the wrist for the first time.
Oh, okay. So I don't know if you've met that Dash guy, but let me tell you something. Their country is crazy because if you hold the wrist 2 times, but multiple times, so that's you hold the wrist twice in the same play. But if you do that penalty more than I think it's 3 times, then which is I guess a total of 6 times holding the wrist, they cut your hand off. I mean, it feels barbarian. I gotta be honest. I watched a man lose a hand, and I'm not so sure I've ever been the same.
That does seem quite Machiavellian in punishment, and maybe a bit too much.
And, okay. That was sort of a big boy throw, but it wasn't successful, so
It was a very unsuccessful big boy throw. We've got 23 seconds to see if the Pawns can come out of this on the scoreboard at all. And I'll be honest with you now that a lot more time has ticked by, I'm not particularly optimistic.
Yeah, nope. I think that when I called it about 9 minutes ago, I think that I was right. And I feel like we probably all could have just sort of, saved our time, all had a drink, and just, picked up an Xbox controller or something. Do you know what an Xbox is?
I know what an Xbox is.
Okay,
I'm not
I was just checking.
Out of touch.
And
that's going to be the game. Norfolk Tridents emerge victorious, 13-0, absolutely embarrassing the Washington Pawns.
Yeah, there's nothing like embarrassing someone else. The Tridents are just good. I guess that's my ending thoughts.
All right, well, thank you everyone for tuning in. As always, I am Willem DeFriend. Have a great night and enjoy your time.
You should enjoy your time because it's Alfredo's time.
Have a good night, everybody. I need to have the last word.
Last word.